We have several friends from the Cleveland Clinic who treated, cared, and protected Pope Shenouda during his medical visits. These individuals went above and beyond the world-class care that the Cleveland Clinic is known for. They treated Sayidna as family. Dr. Rushart, Dr. Lorenz, Dr. Kalfas, as you all know, we have an abundance of doctors in our church who work for the Cleveland Clinic and took the utmost care of Pope Shenouda. I'd like to recognize them here today too. I'd also like to recognize Jim Brundage, who took care of Sayidna's security. Thank you. We also have the great opportunity to meet former mayors of the city of Seven Hills. Mayor Richard Ganem is here with his wife, Mrs. Ganem. Mayor Gerald Trafis is here as well. He was the mayor when we moved to Seven Hills. We have some of Sayidna's personal security detail, Lieutenant Jeff Gazmalas here, and former Seven Hills detective Ron Durkin, who took extra great care of Sayidna when he first started. Like I mentioned before, making this day possible was the current mayor of Seven Hills and the City Council of Seven Hills. We're honored today to have Mayor Richard Delaquila with us. Peter Dragnick, Councilman at Large Matt Trafis. We're also lucky today to have the City of Seven Hills engineer, Mark Packett. And a dear friend to our church, our congregation, and the Middle East community, North Royalton Councilman Paul Marnichuk. Thank you. We also have our state representatives and federal representatives. We have State Representative Marlene Elneski. We have a representative from U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown's office, Meredith Turner. Great pleasure to introduce to you our new Congresswoman, Marcia Fudge. Thank you all for being here and for understanding how important this event is for us and for making it possible. Thank you. The enthusiastic support of these representatives is why the City of Seven Hills is a magnificent place to worship, and in my case, and in a lot of your cases, a wonderful place to live. My husband and I moved back to Seven Hills when we had our firstborn because this is the community we wanted to raise our family in. So thank you. It's another reason that Pope Shenouda made this his second home. First, I'd like to recognize a real asset to our community. Meredith Turner, who's representing U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown, is his Director of Immigration Affairs. Remember her name, Meredith Turner. We asked Ms. Turner to bring a lot of business cards with her because I know that someone's going to ask for it when we're done with the ceremony, so she's willing to do that. I want to say thank you on behalf of the congregation to Senator Brown. Senator Brown has tirelessly advocated for the poor. His recent stance against cutting federal funding for food stamps is greatly appreciated. No one wants to end up on food stamps, but sometimes it happens. It's a safety net that our government provides for us to get people back on their feet. And we're familiar with that because that's the spirit of how we treat each other in our congregation. We help each other get back on our feet. Meredith, please extend our thanks to Senator Brown, and thank you again for joining us today. Our first speaker is special to our community, our state representative, Marlene Aneli. She's been a friend to the Middle Eastern community through Cameo, which is the Cleveland American Middle East organization. Representative Aneli has been an advocate for our veterans. She has recently pushed to change the laws to assist our veterans to find employment upon their return from their tour of duty. Her legislation has allowed them to come back and to use their licenses, even though they've expired during the time that they were mobilized. We have the utmost respect for any representative who fights for the rights of our veterans. Please welcome State Representative Aneli.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the 130th General Assembly, I would like to congratulate everyone here today and also your congregation members that perhaps could not make it here today. And I know that when we dedicate the road outside McCreary Road, that is very, very special to the church. I have been to the church before. I have usually been outside going down the slides when you have your picnics. So that's when I have been here. But I just want to thank you for the invitation, offer my congratulations, and also give you an accommodation to not only recognize the church, recognize the road, and make sure that everybody remembers that we are all here for one another, your members, and also the military personnel. And if you have not registered, I am always for the military personnel. Please go online, ohiovet.gov, to get the benefits that you deserve. Thank you.
Our next speaker is U.S. Congresswoman Fudge. I always envisioned introducing somebody that I admire and aspire to become like. Today's that day. I have watched the Congresswoman since she first became appointed and then elected. Before being our representative in Congress, she was the first woman and the first African American ever to be mayor of the city of of Warrensville Heights. She's a trailblazer and a true role model. She's an incredible Congress member, but she's an even more incredible woman. She's encouraging of youth programs such as ours, and is so impressed that our church is always buzzing with activity. She's especially proud of our ability to retain our youth and the ability to grow regionally, providing cops a place to worship. I could go on about her many, many accomplishments, but it's unnecessary. She's a leader in Washington, a woman of immense integrity, a genuine and sincere person. We are fortunate to have her here today. Please welcome our United States Representative, Congresswoman Fudge.
Good afternoon, Father McHale, and Father Marcos. Thank you so much for having me here today. It is indeed a privilege to join you on this occasion. Seven Hills is one of the communities that became a part of my district just this year, and I now represent more than 700,000 people in 32 communities in Summit and Cuyahoga counties. It is my privilege to serve you all. And as I learn more about the people, the vibrant institutions, and organizations in the new district, I feel honored to be of service to you. I did a little homework, Sherry. to learn about Pope Shenouda. And I understand that you had a warm and personal connection to a great patriarch. I was drawn by one paragraph in particular on your website, and it described the special attention he paid to youth. His Holiness has said many times, a church without youth is a church without a future. And one of the youth in this church once replied to His Holiness, and youth without a church are youth without a future. Your church was blessed to be led by a man of wisdom who clearly formed a bond with young people. The fact that your congregation continues to grow and so many members of all ages remain active in this church is a testament to his guidance and the vibrancy of your faith. I am also concerned about youth. One of my priorities is to ensure that all of our nation's youth have access to a quality education. Education is in fact the pathway out of poverty. It is the great equalizer. Education is critical to preparing young people for the jobs of the 21st century. And I'm also proud of your commitment to keeping college affordable. America is at its best when we live up to the values of providing equal opportunity for all of our citizens. When the laws of our nation recognize that opportunity must not be granted to some people and not to others, based on their social status, their gender, race, or religion. I am proud of the diversity of this district. It is truly one of the most diverse in the country in many ways. And I am committed to do all I can to ensure that our government treats all people fairly and with respect. My district staff and I stand ready to assist you with many issues as well, including immigration and passport matters, federal programs such as the Small Business Administration, Medicare, and Social Security. We have offices very near you, about 17 minutes away on Warrensville Center Road. So in closing, it is an honor to join you today for the dedication ceremonies honoring the late Pope Shenouda. In the Gospel of St. Mark, Jesus reminded us, whoever wishes to become great among you shall be your servant, and whosoever wishes to be first among you shall be slave of all. In serving you, Pope Shenouda served the Lord well. We can all learn from his example. God bless.